Okay, first of all, do not like this video, do not share this video, do not retweet, do not interact with it in any positive way whatsoever, do not even comment on it to the extent that's possible. The only thing I want you to do is give the thumbs down or dislike or whatever it is on whatever social media platform or otherwise you're encountering this video. Do not like this video, do not share it, do not tweet it, do not post it. Because, of course, there's no new study proving this side of the fake left-right paradigm is smarter than the other side. Of course not. And besides, we all know if there was such a study, the anarchists would come out on top anyway. But the point is, this is total made-up hogwash nonsense. But there is a point to this video, and that point is a social experiment, at any rate a social media experiment, because, of course, 6 in 10 people will not read an article before commenting on it, will not watch a video before having their impression made by the title of the video and or the thumbnail at best. That is about as much interaction as you're going to get on most days. And I want to prove this point by showing the amount of attention and hatred and vitriol and whatever you can drum up with simply a title, a meaningless title with nothing to back it up, and that is explicitly disavowed from the beginning in the actual thing that it's linking to. You might be surprised, maybe you won't, but if you're like me, you will not be surprised at all. In fact, I know from what I speak here because last year I came across a SciencePost.com article with a headline something to the effect of study: 70% of Facebook users will comment on a Facebook post or without reading past the headline, something like that. And the funny part about that SciencePost.com article, it starts out like a regular SciencePost.com article might, with an introductory paragraph. A new study has shown 70% of blah, blah, blah. But the second and third and fourth paragraph is just lorem ipsum. It's that Latin gobbledygook placeholder text that's utterly meaningless. And the point was to show how many people will tweet and then post this to Facebook and comment on it, and there will be flame wars in the comments and everything, just from a totally meaningless, made-up piece of nonsense. And I took that challenge, I experimented with it, I tweeted that headline out, and some people got it. There were definitely people who played along with it and understood and joked about it, but there were some people who took it very seriously. Like, James, you can't trust these scientific studies, blah, blah, blah. Well, you might want to read it before you talk about it. And this actually comes up from personal experience. Very recently, I was on Twitter, and I retweeted someone who had a link to an interesting article about the government banning sliced bread in World War II. Yes, it's true, look it up. And someone was commenting, questioning about, oh, but didn't they do that because of this? And I suggested, well, why don't you read that article that I linked to that explains exactly what this is about? And I got called an arrogant asshole for suggesting that someone read an article before they ask a question about that article. So strange, so strange. And as James Bovard, the person I was retweeting, observed, it was his favorite comeback to on Twitter ever, because that is Twitter in a nutshell. You arrogant asshole, how dare you suggest I read an article before commenting on the article. Anyway, this is the social media world we're living in, and it'll be interesting to see the way people react and interact, not with this video, but with the way it is posted on social media and the types of responses it will get. So don't spoil the surprise for anyone. Don't talk about it in the tweets. Don't make any sly references on Facebook or whatever. Just, if you're gonna post it, just post it without comment. Certainly don't like it, don't thumbs it up, don't do anything like that. Don't comment on it or leave any positive interaction with it, because this is the type of post that should be thumb down. And people should be clicking through to the video or the article to see what is behind this nonsense clickbait headline. But of course that doesn't happen. And as just one final note, I mean this in all sincerity, anyone who does rage quit and unfollow and unsubscribe the Corbett Report because, oh, I can't believe you posted that about Republicans and Democrats and whatever. Anyone who does that without actually seeing the video and what it's about, without considering what I'm saying or the argument, is not a member of the Corbett Report community, and I'm glad to not have them here. Because again, if you watch this far, you are the person I'm talking to, not the people who just are acting like rage-filled monkeys, just clicking on things and hitting the rage button all the time. That's not the level of social discourse that is going to get us anywhere. Whether you agree or disagree with my political views and whatever else, the point is we have to have discussions. And if the only thing we're discussing is headlines and titles, then we're never going to, in fact, we're devolving quite rapidly as a society. A lot of things to think about with regards to this. Anyway, I've given you your task for today. Do not like this, do not share, do not retweet it, do not comment, do not give it any love whatsoever, but just watch, as I will be watching, how this video is interacted with in the social media space by people who do not even bother to watch the video. James Corbett, CorbettReport.com.